everyone, I'm Erin and I'm the Sustainability Strategist and Advisor with Enso, and we're going to take you on our B Corp certification journey. First things first, what is B Corp? And B Corp is a certification for your organization that really takes a deep dive into your overall holistic sustainability. So we're looking at our governance, our environmental impact, our social impact, the way we engage with customers, and the way we engage with our workers and all of our team members kind of across the value chain. Really, the B Corp movement is looking to support a more inclusive, equitable, and regenerative economy, and businesses that are B Corp certified are leaders in this. So we want to take you on our journey towards certification, and we're going to share with you any wins, learnings, and challenges that we have along the way. So stay tuned if you're interested in the process or if you're thinking of doing it yourself. So this week we started our B Corp journey. And to be honest with you, it was a little overwhelming at first. It's a big task. There's a lot of questions and a lot of different aspects of the business that we're looking at. So actually, to start it off, what I did was I went in and I put in all of our business information. So just like our business name and our VAT number, our address, just so I could check something off the list and feel like, all right, yes, we are moving forward in this process. It was really helpful just to get me into the flow of how the platform worked and what information they would need. So next, I moved on to making a plan for full organization. So there's a lot of information that you're going to be asked about on the platform. As you can see here, there are 6 categories and there are a lot of different questions. And then sometimes when you answer questions, there are going to be follow-up questions. So it's really a significant amount of information. And because of this, I wanted a really easy kind of set up organizational system, and I decided to use the Enso platform for that. The main section of the Enso platform that I'm using for this organization piece is our action section. This is because I can go in, I can add documents, I can add tasks, I can add notes to myself and to the rest of our team. It's really helpful for putting everything together. And one challenge I did face here was that a lot of the B Corp questions are really specific, and each one requires some kind of proof or explanation or kind of overall thought process of why you answered how you did. And I'm a person that tends to overthink organizations sometimes. So at first I was thinking about making custom commitments within the Enso platform for every single question. But honestly, that would have been too overwhelming and would have been far too many things to look at and probably would have defeated the purpose of using the actions for organization. So what I did instead is started to group them under their relevant kind of overall commitments. So, for example, going into the mission statement, I actually use this for a lot of section 1, the governance section, which we'll go back to in a little bit on the actual B Corp platform. But I was able to add in multiple different tasks, assign them to myself, and pop in different notes because I have some questions and there's some links that I know I'm going to need. I also have used documents, not here in mission statement, but I've used it for other different commitments that relate to B Corp questions. It's really great to have all of this in one place because once we submit our B impact assessment, we will be kind of audited and we will need all of this proof. Now that I had a plan to organize all of the information we're going to need for this process, I went back to the actual B impact assessment that you can see here, and I went straight into the first impact area, governance. So here we're looking at our overall mission, our engagement around our impact, ethics, and transparency. So there's a lot that goes into this. I went through question by question, putting in all the information I knew, answering the questions, and then putting any further tasks and any documentation that I think is pertinent to this into the Enso platform in those action sections that I showed you a little bit earlier. I did realize as I was going through this that having someone to discuss this with, ask clarifying questions about just some of the questions, making sure you're on the right track would be really, really helpful. And then asking for any other kind of documentation we need or that we can put into place to really shore up all the answers here. So, for example, looking at social environmental KPIs, this is something that we do track at ENSO, but I need to make sure that we are keeping them all in one place. We have them all kind of right and we have the right metrics going on here. So this was one of the first questions that I was like, all right, I know that I'm going to need some kind of regular check-in with the rest of our team, with Donal, to ask as many questions, and so we can work together to do as good of a job as possible, backing these all up and making sure that all the points that we're putting in are correct and are deserved. So we decided to do a weekly check-in, even if it's just 10 to 15 minutes, to go over any documents I need from Donal or any questions that I'm unsure about the answer of. And even just knowing that this was in our schedule made me feel more confident going through the impact assessment itself. So I really do recommend having at least one other team member that you're bouncing off ideas with, that you can have a quick check-in with, ideally weekly, because this is a really big piece, and you're going to be kind of taking your time going through it, and questions are going to come up and they might pile up. And if you don't really do it every week, it could turn into really long meetings. This week I really did just focus on governance. I started to get into the next section, but I think I will get deeper into it next week. The next section is workers, and there's a lot of really good kind of financial and impact information here that I'm excited to dig into moving forward. My last tip to you all for our first B Corp vlog is to keep some kind of log of what you're doing throughout your B Corp journey. I found it really helpful taking notes for this vlog and then actually going through it to record these videos, because it makes me think deeper about what I worked on this week, what was a challenge, what I should put at the top of my list when I get back to the B impact assessment moving forward. So I really do recommend, even if you make videos just for yourself or have a written log of what you're working on, it really is helpful. And then you'll have it to share with others or to go back to when you apply for recertification down the line. Thank you so much for watching, and we're excited to continue this B Corp certification journey with you all.